Hello everyone and welcome once again to my kitchen. I hope that you all are doing well. Today we're going to be making madeleines, and madeleines are a dainty French tea cookie. And if you've never had one, they are super delicious. They're super light, and it's just like a little small cake that you have with tea, and they are divine. I love them. When I went to France, they would always serve it to us for every tea time that we had, and they were amazing. So I learned how to make them, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I do it. The first step that we're gonna do is that we're gonna preheat our oven to 350 degrees. So get that going while we're making the batter. That heats up and is ready to go. We're gonna start off by adding 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and then we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of baking powder into the same bowl. To that, we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then we're just going to set this aside because we're going to come back to it. In a separate bowl, we're going to go ahead and add 2/3 cup granulated sugar and 3 whole large eggs. Now we're going to go ahead and whisk this all together until the mixture becomes light yellowish. Keep whisking until your mixture turns a light pale yellow, and then to this we're going to add 1 tablespoon of vanilla bean paste, or if you don't have vanilla bean paste you can definitely use vanilla extract. And I apologize for not recording this part. I thought I was recording but I wasn't. To this we're also going to add 6 tablespoons of melted butter, and I just start slowly and then I just add everything in at the end. At this point, we're going to whisk our dry ingredients together just to get everything well combined. And then we're going to sift our dry ingredients just to make sure that there's no lumps in our mixture. Just take the time to sift it through. And then we're going to go ahead and whisk everything together until the batter is nice and smooth. Now let's cover the mixture with some plastic wrap. Now, one of the hardest things about this recipe is that we have to put it aside for at least an hour. Overnight is best, but for at least an hour, because it has to create that little signature hump that makes a madeleine what a madeleine is, that signature hump. I made some batter last night and I left it in my fridge overnight. So this is the batter that we're going to be using right now to make our madeleines. And for madeleines, you're going to need a special madeleine pan. And the best style pan that you can use for this is definitely a metal pan, a metal non-stick pan. And you can already see in the pan that it comes with this little shell-shaped grooves, and that's where you're going to put your little batter in, and that's what's going to create your madeleines. The best way to prep your pan is to grab a pastry brush and dip it into some melted butter and lightly coat each shell with your butter. Make sure that you go into each of the grooves and get butter in each groove. Now for the amount, you're going to be using a small ice cream scoop, and it's about a tablespoon in amount. So if you don't have a small ice cream scoop, you can definitely use a tablespoon, and that will be the best amount to put into each little shell. So you're going to grab about that much of batter and you're going to plop it right in the center of your shell, and you just want to leave it alone. You do not want to flatten it or spread it into your shell because it'll do its own thing when you pop it in the oven. Now that each shell is filled with batter, we're going to pop it into the oven at 350 degrees for 11 minutes. Alright guys, so our madeleines are ready to be taken out of the oven, so let's take them out. And look how beautiful these madeleines are. I mean, they are perfect. Depending on your oven, it could change, but for my oven, it's 11 minutes that they cooked. And as you can see, the edges are nice and golden brown. They are not burned, and that is exactly what you want. And look at that beautiful Madeleine. You can see the grooves. It just looks like a beautiful little shell. It's so dainty. And there is the signature Madeleine hump. That is exactly what you want for this cookie. I'm just gonna put them in a cooling rack so that they can cool off, and that way we can just sprinkle them with some powdered sugar. But now it's time for the best part of all, the tasting part. Who doesn't like the tasting part, right? I mean, come on now, it's the best part of everything. Look how yummy. So fluffy. You can see the air pockets in the cookie. It's so light, vanilla-y. You can see the little specks of vanilla in there as well. Don't mind my nails, by the way. I haven't gotten a manicure since I gave birth to my baby. I just haven't had time. It's hard with a baby. Anyways, but this cookie is so light, so airy, so fluffy, so vanilla-y, so perfect. And it just goes perfectly well with a cup of coffee or tea. If you like tea, I prefer coffee. All right guys, so this is it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed making Madeleines with me. If you have any comments, please leave them down below and I will make sure to answer back. I will see you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye.